All right, y'all. What's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99 back with another one, y'all. All right, y'all. Let's get straight into it. Keys to victory and prediction for the WMMA fans main event. Zhang Weili taking on Tatiana Suarez. First off, I got to say, look, I really am torn with this one. It is a 50-50 fight, but let's go, y'all. Let's start with Tatiana Suarez first on what I think she needs to do in this fight. First off, Tatiana Suarez, one of the best wrestlers in WMMA right now, not just the strawweight division, but I definitely think she's going to have to show some different levels in this fight. And one of the things that she's going to need, I believe her first key to victory is going to be body kicks. I really want to see her utilize body kicks, in this fight to kind of take the air out of Zhang Weili, like she was doing to Jessica Andrade. Every time she would just back her up and keep her range, stay out of the power zone. She would throw those slicing body kicks to Andrade's body. So, do the same thing like she did to Montana, keep throwing those front kicks to the stomach, keep your fighter at bay, keep your opponent at bay, and just keep finding your range until you can finally keep spamming a couple of kicks and then, boom, drop a level and take Zhang Weili down. Like, I don't want to see her spend too much time on the feet, but just utilize body kicks, to take the wind out of Zhang Weili and kind of throw her off into thinking she wants to strike with her. Another thing is, that'll kind of set traps for Zhang Weili to see if Zhang will try to go for her own takedown. Like if she throws out a body kick, let's see if she grabs Tatiana Suarez's legs and take her to the ground. And then Suarez got it made from there, right? We all know if it goes to the ground, who's going to drown, right? All right, so second key to victory, long strikes and timing. I think those are two important things for Suarez. She talked about this in a recent interview. She says I'm long, I got the range. She's got the kickboxing as well. She's been working on. And I definitely think that, that southpaw stance is going to be a problem. I know some people in my other video were talking about, she's a southpaw, she can't throw overhand right. But that was my point, to train the right hand from the orthodox stance to throw the overhand right, all right? But with that out of the way, yeah, long strikes in the southpaw stance I think is going to be important. That long jab, keeping Zhang Weili at bay, kind of frustrating her, and actually kind of throwing Zhang Weili off by, throwing long time strikes. Because one thing I'll say is Zhang Weili may be the more tested striker and have more power and more speed, but I can pick up on her timing, and I know other fighters have picked up on her timing, like Yan Xiaonan and Rose Namajunas. And if you can feint and bait her into coming straight forward like she usually does, I think Suarez could catch with like a good check right hook stepping back. Just lure her in and step back and land that check right hook, and you can drop Weili off of that, or you can buzz her. Another thing is, Weili throws with bad intentions just about on every shot. Even some of her leg kicks, they cause her to spin like Andrade sometimes. So I think when she throws those fierce shots, Suarez can just time her, maybe pepper her a couple of times, or even hit her with like a hard straight left hand or overhand left, So timing is something I think Suarez can find in this fight off of Zhang Weili. She can't get the speed down. She's not as fast, but I think that just studying Zhang Weili the first couple of rounds and, looking at some of her past fights, I think she could figure that out and definitely use her timing and definitely use her length in this fight as well. That's something that I think she's been ready to really utilize in this fight. Third thing I'll say is, every round has to be a plan to get to the ground. She's got to fight to get to the ground here. Just keep backing Weili up behind that line, make her feel cagey, put her back to the cage until she can just punch her way in, get the underhooks and just muscle Weili, or bait Weili into seeing if she can pull Weili into a wrestling match or a strength for strength match, and that's where, boom, she can take her down. If Yan Xiaonan can take down Weili in the first round, I definitely think Suarez can get a takedown in the first round. All right, so every round has to be her fighting to get to the ground, not trying to play chess match with Weili or even box with Weili. Just use her timing and her striking to get damaging shots in and get her down to the ground. Next, I'll say, is one thing that Suarez always does. I think she just needs to focus on it is, fight to finish. Fight to finish like she always does, because she might not be in the judge's favor here, So I definitely think that with the fierceness and the dominance that Suarez has, I think she can walk through a lot of the things that Weili does and get her respect early. So if she fights with that finishing factor and not a lot of respect like Lemos did or even like Yan Xiaonan did, I think that'll put Weili in like a rush mode where Weili might get reckless and say, all right, I'm going to wrestle with her, So those are the four things I think Suarez got to do. For the champion, Zhang Weili, I think first off, Weili needs to start with some leg kicks in this fight. She's got the bigger legs. I think the bigger, stronger legs. So I like to see her just chop Suarez down, chop the lead leg down, slow her down that way, even kind of do some damage to maybe even TKO her. Have her hopping on one leg. Just keep focused on, popping that leg until she hits her with like a good right hand. Go upstairs a few times and just keep repeating that, staying on this outside and just tenderizing Suarez. I think she really needs to start with low kicks and just tenderize Suarez until, she finds those openings to really, really hurt her, but don't really fight in close quarters, but just start off with, chopping the lead leg down. Next, I'll say, escape wrestle. And by that, I mean, just use her wrestling to get out of situations or even, just like counter wrestle, but don't engage the wrestling. Don't go on offense here trying to wrestle Suarez because Suarez is looking to finish her. Suarez really is looking to finish her, and she means that. She says, I'm the best wrestler. I'm going to snatch her neck up if she tries to take me down. She's already given you a game plan of what she plans to do because Suarez is a better wrestler, right? So escape wrestling, by that I mean, whenever Suarez gets on her, just do what she has to do to fight her off, to throw her off, use her weight against her and get her off of her and, scramble out, transition out. And if she sees the neck, I would say, yeah, go for it, but don't spend too much time on the ground. But yeah, just escape wrestle from her. Next, I say control the distance, control the distance throughout this fight. The closer Suarez is and the closer that Suarez can dictate the pace, Suarez is going to be dropping levels on her, So I think it's important that Weili is knowing when she wants to strike, when she wants to escape, when she wants to counter, when she wants to, engage to the body, head, whatever, So controlling the distance is really going to be important on part of Weili's part here because she's the faster fighter, yeah. But I think, sometimes, she can get caught up into just leaping in and out and getting a little too chillaxed in there, So she has to be in full control of the distance. Next, I'll say she needs to keep control. And by keep control, I think Weili needs to stick to a game plan. Don't let her ego get to her and try to wrestle in this fight. Don't go overboard thinking you're the stronger fighter just because you can lift up Shaq or you can, power lift or power clean, Francis Ngannou or anything like that. Strength in the actual fight is different, because fighters like Valentina, Suarez, Manon, like they're technically strong where they'll take you for a ride. You'll just catch you out of nowhere and just pick you up and boom, slam you and you can't get up, So I think that in this fight, she needs to keep control, stick to a game plan. And if Weili does get taken down, she just needs to stick to a game plan and say, all right, this is her thing. Let me get back to the feet. Let me stay calm and get up. And even like if she's, in control of the striking, don't go crazy. Like if she knocks Suarez down, don't go diving in for Suarez. Let Suarez get back up so you can finish her on the feet. That's what I mean by control. I think Weili is a good fighter and she learns a lot. But I think there's just so many times where she kind of loses full control of what she wants to do, and that's what kind of leaves her open to some of these close fights or in the past or even like getting finished or even some scares like in the Yan Xiaonan fight, So, yeah, those are the things I want to see both of those fighters doing this for Zhang Weili, just try her best to keep it as a standing fight. For Suarez, get her respect on the feet for the time being, but then just take it down to the ground. And that's what this fight should be. When you see it on paper, it should be striker versus wrestler here, but I think both fighters want to show a little something different. I think Suarez might show a little something just to get it to the ground, but I think Zhang Weili might want to wrestle in here, and that's where her downfall might be. So with that being said, man, it really is a 50-50 fight. I'm torn here, and the reason it's 50-50 is really because Suarez has been inactive for so long and just doesn't have that resume like Zhang Weili. So that's what evens it out for me. Because if this was like 2018 or 2019 or had Suarez been active for, the longest period of time and just hadn't got a title shot for whatever reason, I would be picking Suarez hands down. An active Suarez is definitely a dangerous Suarez and could beat Weili in my opinion. So with that being said, yeah, with her inactivity, it just kind of balances out for me. And with Zhang Weili just being a much more well-rounded fighter now, gives her an advantage. But with that being said, man, I'm just kind of going out on a limb on this one, and I'm going to try to keep the same energy as far as how I feel like Tatiana Suarez is with hers. I'm going to go with Tatiana Suarez in this one, man. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Tatiana Suarez. I just think that she just doesn't know how to lose right now. Her mind frame is just focused on the fight, and she's ready to put all her chips on the table right now, man, because she doesn't know like what's going to happen from here. She just had so many injuries now, and I think she's just done what she needed to do to safely make it into this fight, and she's going to give it her all. She's going to give it her all now because this is what she's been waiting for. It's been a long time coming. And I just kind of smell it on her, man. Like, I just smell that victory coming for her because this is something she's been wanting for so many years. And like I said, this could be her last chance. With so many injuries coming up, this could be it. Now, I think she's going to take full advantage. Again, Weili's a great fighter, definitely a full-on Hall of Famer. But I think I just see a little bit of recklessness in there. Like, she's got a lot of good things. She's got power, speed, athleticism, a lot of better things than Suarez. But I just think that there's a couple things that Suarez can capitalize on because she's better at it, and she could probably get the job done maybe inside 4 rounds in this fight. I think maybe she'll get a submission if Weili chooses to take this fight to the ground. Weili's getting finished, I believe. That's what I think. But if Weili can keep it standing, don't get me wrong, I can see Weili winning this thing by decision or even clipping Suarez. But the only way I can really see Weili winning this fight is on the feet and by accumulation of punches. But I think ground, that's Suarez all day. Suarez is a powerhouse, and I do believe when she gets the fight to the ground, it's gonna be hell for Weili. It really is, especially when she gets on her back, y'all. So yeah, man. I'm just expecting a good fight, really. And to me, like I said, this is just my take. I can really see it going either way here. I can see Weili taking full advantage of just looking sharper because maybe Suarez is not as sharp as we thought because she hasn't been in there with high levels of fighters. But man, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. But I'm gonna pick Suarez in this fight, y'all. Yeah, I think that's my pick. We'll see though, man. It could change, but I don't think it is, man. I've just been sitting on this one and watching fights, and I just see her so focused right now. And with Weili talking about, I know the interviewers are asking Weili this crazy question, but with the interviewers continue to ask her about Valentina and her not just pushing that question to the side or just saying stuff like, oh yeah, Valentina's next, I'm gonna fight Valentina. Just don't feel like she's fully focused. I just don't feel like she's fully focused. But maybe I'm wrong, guys, but who do y'all got in the comment section? I'll see y'all fight night. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.